There is a question about this verse, this ayah of Quran in the Risale Nur collection. Quran describes death as a creation. Death is created thing, like life, according to Quran. But how? Because, on the face of it, death is dissolution, it's decay, it's non-existence, extinction of life, annihilator of pleasures, right? So how can it be created thing, and how can it be good? In fact, this is really important, guys, because, fear of death is a reality. And this fear of death arises from this issue. Because, death seems to us as an ending, as a final, going to non-existence, right? That's why we don't like it. And that's why media and newspapers describe that as a loss of life, For example, 25 people lost their lives as a result of bomb explosion. Something like that. But the Quranic view changed things. Islam tells us, no, death is not an ending. It is discharge from duties, it is a rest, it is, change of residence, transformation of existence, it is invitation to an eternal life. It is a beginning, it is, introduction of immortal life according to Quran. But our souls and minds want some convincing proofs, convincing evidences about this. Convincing evidences about that is not an ending, but is beginning. Allah has given us two books, guys. The first one is Quran, and the second one is Universe. Yes, Universe is also a book of Allah to read, to get message. Every event in the universe, every event in the nature is a message for human being. It means something. And I think the most important point of Bediüzzaman is that he uses the universe, he uses the nature as an evidence to prove Quran's assertions. And he also does this for this assertion of Quran about that perfectly. Now please pay attention here. You will see incredible evidences about this, and we will solve our fear of that problem, inshallah. The ways plants die, plants life being the simplest level of life. There are three types level of life, right? Human being, animal, and plants. Now we will focus on the simplest one, which is plants. Because if we see something good about death, on the death of the simplest living being, it will demonstrate us something good for the upper alive types, for the other living beings. Okay? So, the ways plants die show their death to be a more orderly work of art than life. For, although the death of fruits, seeds, and grains appears to occur through their decay and dissolution, it is in fact a sort of kneading that comprises exceedingly well-ordered chemical reactions and the balanced combining of elements and the wise formation of particles. So their unseen, orderly and wise death appears through the life of the new shoots. How about that? Guys, look at the death of seeds or grains or fruits. They die underground, right? The seed dies underground. It decays, it breaks up, throw away its shell and just disappear. We don't see any seed after a while. But is it final? Is it an ending? Is it going to non-existence? No. The seed died as a seed, but life did not end. Life is going on. Life is continuing. Better form above the soil. The seed has passed to upper life mode. It just changed its life form. Transformed its residence, It just took off its shell, and yes, its shell has gone, has decayed. But the essence of seed has continued its life above the soil, and it has come to a state of shoot, a state of flower. So, is it creation or ending? Yes, it is absolutely new creation, right? So Allah shows us the evidence of Quran's assertions about that on the plants, which are the simplest living beings. So what was the Quran's assertions about that? A change of residence, a transformation of existence, a creation, a beginning. So is it true for the simplest living beings? Yes, it is true for the lowest living things. So the death of the seed has become an onset, a beginning, an origin of the shoot's life, of the flower's life. So it is not ending, it is new beginning, it is new creation. So if the death of plant's life, the lowest level of life, is created, wise and ordered in that way, the death that befalls human life, the highest level of life, must be the same. Guys, similarly, as a seed which is put in the ground becomes a tree in the world of the air, so a man who is put in the earth will surely produce the shoots of an everlasting life in the intermediate realm.